Hello and welcome back to Prepared SLP Graduate Apps 101. Today we're in lesson 3.5, so the last lesson in Unit 3, Letters of Recommendation, is what we're going to be covering today. So letters of recommendation, what you're going to want to do is identify 3 to 4 individuals. Typically this will be professors, employers, who can provide insight into how your academic abilities have been, your work ethic have been now, and how that will transfer to the future. This will help the graduate admission board just improve their understanding of you as an individual throughout your semester. Hello, welcome back to Prepared SLP, Graduate Apps 101. Today we're going to be covering Unit 3, Lesson 3.5, Letters of Recommendation. So your letters of recommendation are going to be from about 3 to 4 individuals who know you well. Think professors you've worked with, or your manager at your job, someone on your research team that can provide insight into your academic abilities and your work ethic as well. One thing you're going to want to make sure you do at the beginning of the semester is just make sure that you understand and make them understand who you are as an individual. Things like attending office hours, engaging in class, going above and beyond on a project, asking about volunteer or research opportunities. It's never too late to jump on board with that kind of stuff. And that'll help you get a little bit more one-on-one time with your professors, help them know you again as an individual rather than just another face in the classroom. Make sure that you ask your letter writers early on if they're willing to write a letter on your behalf. So again, keep establishing that relationship, but think about, sometime at the end of August, maybe early mid-September, asking them about being a letter writer. Provide them all the materials that they need to write their letter as soon as you're done creating those materials. So give them your transcript, your resume, your essays, tracking chart with due dates and contacts, potential example letter, stamps if needed. So I'm going to be kind of organizing all those materials for you in our downloads. So don't worry too much about that. Also, I'm going to be going through and giving you kind of a sheet so that your letter writers can track where they're at in the process. The other thing that you need to do after you provided them that information is inquire, make sure there's nothing else that they need from you. One of the things that is the hardest to do during the graduate application process is wait. And what you'll notice is oftentimes letter writers will want to wait until probably the week of your due date to write your letter. They've got a lot of other things going on. They're still teaching or running whatever job that you're doing. So be patient. Make sure that you're giving them that extra time that they need. Allow the letter writers the time. Don't pester them. Send them a friendly reminder, say a week from the due date. Hey, this university due date is coming up, and I've got some email templates for you on how to do that. And then if you're really worried about it, you can send a final reminder that day before or the day of, just to make sure that they're on top of things, sending those letters in to complete your application. The biggest thing I want to make sure I emphasize is sending a thank you. So whether it's your professor, whether it's your boss or somebody else, they're taking the time to write you a letter, and that takes a good amount of time. And think about all the other students that they're writing these letters for. So make sure that you express your gratitude for their time and their consideration, everything that they did for you. I believe that handwritten letters are more memorable and personal than, say, an email. They'll help you stick out again as a student. Not a lot of people do handwritten letters. So if you want to stick out a little bit more, show them that you put the time and consideration into writing your thank you, just like they did for your letter. I think that goes a long ways. So what I want you to think about is selecting and contacting your letter writers for your carryover task. Prepare and organize those materials that you've gone through, your transcripts, your resume, your essays, now that they're complete, and hand deliver those materials to your letter writers. So again, this will get you a little bit more face-to-face time. You can ask them in that moment, hey, is there anything else you think you need from me? And then complete any remaining SIDCast sections with your finalized materials. So before, when we went on SIDCast, we skipped over things that had to do with information you'd pull from your resume or from your essays. So go back to that now, complete the supporting information and the program materials. All right, that's it for lesson 3.5, applying to programs, letters of recommendation. Let's go ahead and take a peek now at some of our information for the letter writers. One of the things that you're going to be looking at are email templates. Initial request, again, I wanted to get everything together for you, so you had to do the least amount of work possible. Here's an email you could send to your professor asking them about writing a letter on your behalf, a follow-up email thanking them if they agree, and then just some different reminder emails going through, and preferably, again, that handwritten letter saying thank you for your time and all the effort you put in to write my letter for me. In addition to these handouts, we'll be going through each little section in terms of what you can give that professor or that boss that you have to help them track it. So you'll see those in the downloads as well. Thank you for joining me for this lesson. I look forward to seeing you in the next one. As always, shoot me an email if you need to at preparedslp@gmail.com. Otherwise, I'll see you next time. Thanks.